Hello, this is Elaine Sugar, award-winning children's program facilitator and overall supporter of children's dreams. Welcome to the Empower Teen Self-Esteem podcast. We bring you ideas and resources that help teens shine and help ease parents' minds. I am delighted to have everyone join me for this episode of Empower Teen Self Esteem. We have a wonderful guest with us today, so I would like to welcome Usha Patel. She is going to be talking to us today about the power of words and the energy behind words. She is also going to tell us about some fantastic programs that are being offered to young people. I think whenever you have a vision or a dream and you have someone who is authentically offering to help you with those, that is a fantastic opportunity. So we are definitely going to leave room at the end of our interview for her to make sure that she shares those resources with you so that if anyone is interested, they can reach out and take advantage of those awesome opportunities. So, with that said, welcome, Usha.
Elaine, thank you so much for inviting me. It's only a short time that I got to know you, and I'm so grateful for Tara, one of the ladies I know through my work, introducing us. There are no coincidences in life. So thank you so much for inviting me.
Yes, it is a pleasure to have you here. And when I met you and you started talking and talking about the things that you're passionate about, even this topic today about words and how they have significance, it ties directly with my mission. So, like you, I believe you meet people for a reason, and it's definitely wonderful talking to you again. And my guests are going to see exactly what we're talking about. But before we get too deep into talking about words, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Wow. So I am ancient, I guess. I've lived in 5 different countries. I
Wow.
started my journey in Africa. I was born in Africa and I lived there for a few years. And then went to boarding school in India. My parents are both Indian. And then back to Africa. I learned a lot about the Indian culture. I also learned how to be independent in many ways. I was 10 years old then, and my sister was 8. So we were in boarding school for 2 years. Um, Back to Africa, and then moved to England when I was 18. I finished off my schooling. I was a little bit behind because of all the movement, going to this country and back. And so I had to do a hurry up catch up. And then, anyway, I ended up getting some qualifications and started my nursing degree. And I became a nurse, a registered nurse, and worked in intensive care units for many years, about 22 years. I absolutely love taking care of people. And yet I had this burning desire to live life at an even higher level so I could help more people. And I wasn't really making a lot of money. So I ended up going to the Middle East. I lived in Saudi Arabia for several years. I met my husband, who is from America. And well, that wasn't on my plan. I ended up in the United States. So I've been here about 30 years. I practiced some nursing. And then I always had a dream of business, and I joined my husband in the real estate business. So I've been in the real estate business since 1998. Served a lot of clients, residential real estate, and then we ended up partnering up and opening our own offices with Keller Williams Keystone Partners Group, and that's been 18 years, which also led me to again taking care of people in different ways through teaching, mentoring, and coaching. And today I have a team of productivity coaches, and we coach agents to build solid foundational businesses that's sustainable no matter what the environment, because I do believe when you build skills that can sustain you through all different economic changes. So Tara Garrison was one of the ladies I got to coach, and she's the one that introduced me so to you.
Right. You know what?
Yeah.
I love just hearing about all the different places that you've traveled and also the different areas of your career. It just gives you a broader perspective. So, to our young people, I have not traveled extensively outside of the U.S., but within the U.S., and then I look forward to opportunities in the future to travel because it does help your perspective. So thank you for sharing all of that with us. And now you wanted to talk about words today. So why did you think that was an important topic for our teenagers and our parents?
So over the years, I don't believe when I was young, for many of the young listeners, I had awareness of some of the words that get used in school, even with our own friends, sometimes even with our own parents. Words really carry energy. For example, if we say something like, "You can do this," that already we can feel that there's a very positive energy to that, right? It gives you energy. Oh, well, I don't think you're going to be really good at that. You can almost feel that there's an energy that's more it brings you down.
Right.
So all our our bodies are all made up of cells, and the cells they all vibrate, they're all energy. So are we creating positive energy? Are we creating energy that's lifting us up, or are we creating energy that's keeping us down or holding us down? And while when we all know that all great things are done with lots of passion and lots of energy.
Mm-hmm.
So when we say words, if we notice and we pay attention to it, should we start being more aware of the words that we use, and or allow others to use those words for us
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
to us?
So I have a question for you. So we understand that words are powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we get asked questions, or sometimes we need to communicate something that may not be the easiest thing to communicate. So, suppose I want to be a singer and, or I want to be in the school talent show and I say I'm going to sing. And I ask one of my friends, well, what do you think? I think I'm going to sing, in the school talent show. So if I'm a teen and I'm listening to this and you're telling me words carry energy, are you telling that person they should just tell me, oh, yeah, go ahead, you'll be a great singer. I think you're the best singer in the world?
So words, questions are made up of words.
Mm-hmm.
So when we ask quality questions, so Elaine, tell me about how important it is for you to be a singer.
So if
What about being a singer is important for you?
So
So
I
when you,
if I say I like the applause of the crowd, like I see people singing and I listen to music and I enjoy it. So now I'm asking you, I think I should join the school talent show because I want to be a singer. I want people to clap when they finish hearing me sing. And if I'm a teenager and I need to respond to that, how do I use words to tell them maybe I think they should join the chorus and maybe fine tune their singing before they go sing publicly. But I don't want to use words that's going to hurt. So how do I deliver that message without bringing that person down? Because I also don't want to be a person who just tells people things they want to hear and I feel like I'm not being honest.
so that also brings the whole idea of telling versus asking.
Okay.
In life, everybody, it's so much easier to tell somebody something than to ask them questions where they can find the answers themselves.
Oh. Okay.
So the power of self-discovery
Mm-hmm.
is the most important gift we can give anyone, including ourselves.
I love that. So when I was speaking with you before in our scenario and you started asking me why is it important for me to sing, then I would respond and then you could ask another follow-up question and you go back and forth and you're saying self-discovery. You can ask me questions like, for instance, well, have you been practicing? If you want to do this, and be a singer, have you taken singing lessons? Have you, so I see. And then so maybe I would conclude, well, no, I really hadn't taken any singing lessons and I haven't, joined the chorus at school yet. Maybe I should. So you're saying just ask me questions to help me discover that myself. It's not always important to tell people what my opinion is as it is to have the conversation and lead it by questions that helps that person discover for themselves.
Yes. And especially
Interesting.
at a very young age, because I think sometimes as parents, as elders, we feel we have that responsibility to tell young kids, young adults, when it's far more powerful to give them that opportunity to grow. The sooner young people start growing and growing in their thinking is probably one of the biggest skills that we could give to all young people,
Mm-hmm.
including ourselves. Because we all have, I think it's 60,000 thoughts a day, and most of them are the same thoughts.
Uh-huh.
If we could encourage ourselves and others to start thinking a little differently with expanded thinking, we may receive better answers.
That's pretty deep.
And well, and I am very grateful. When I first came to this country, which I was already 30 years old, I was introduced to personal growth.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting because we spend so much time learning at school about all the different subject matters and or work about different, professions. But most of us don't take time to learn about how we can grow personally. You know, the hardest work, I think it's Jim Rohn says, the hardest work we'll ever do in our lives is the work on ourselves.
Hmm.
We think, how we act, and how we interact with people.
I love that. And so it's the hardest work we'll ever do, but it's also the thing that will give you the most power because that goes back to your point of self-discovery.
Yes, yes.
The
Once the mind is expanded, it never goes back again. And most of us don't use most of our mind.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Uh, and when we do have these type of conversations, I know I'm married, it'll be 33 years um, with my husband, and sometimes we'll have conversations and he'll say, honey, this is too deep.
It's too much.
uh, and yet it's also, the conversations that move you forward, in life about uh, there's so many ideas, and yet it's what are we going to do with the ideas? How are we going
Mm-hmm.
to take actions? Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Actions.
so I think what I wanted to say about words create our worlds is that we have a lot of thoughts going in our minds.
Mm-hmm.
I am I'm unstoppable, I am empowered, I'm inspired, or can't do this. So the words that we say, the I am, it connects with your identity. I am unstoppable. I'm brilliant. Okay. So I'm awesome. That carries energy, right? So when we say that, we're programming our minds I am awesome. So that those are our thoughts now. Now those thoughts create feelings. Like
Mhm.
when you say I'm awesome, what kind of feelings does that create in you? Does that create a feeling of I'm gonna go for it, right? I'm gonna go and try this singing,
Mhm.
right? So it gives you that feeling, and then you take action, whether it's signing up for classes or practicing a song or getting with signing up for singing classes or practicing with a friend. When you take action and you get some results,
Mhm.
wow, you had a good time, you nailed that song, you know, or wow, I didn't do so good, and I get to try it again
Yeah.
because it's all practice. There's no, I think we talked about it earlier, and there's no perfection in life. It's
Mhm.
all progress. One of my coaches' biggest gift for me was this phrase that there is no perfection. It's progress, not perfection. Progress, not perfection. So progressing to it being a little bit better, it being a little bit better. So then I'm getting even better at being a singer, right? I'm getting even better. Now you get a feeling of I'll practice more.
Mhm.
And then you take action and you practice more after school or whenever you take this time, and then you get a little better result. And then that programs you to, well, I think I can. And pretty soon you've got this cycle where you're really paying attention to your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, and your results. Your thoughts, your feeling, which the words, right? The words, the
Mhm.
feelings, and you're taking the action and the results.
Those are some very specific steps there. So I think that's the tool that everybody can use. And then I also think it's important what you said, because you said it's about progress, not perfection. Therefore, some of that disappointment, some of those times when we beat ourselves up because we came in third place in the race instead of first place in the race, if you're looking at that as, oh, I wasn't perfect because the goal was perfection, then you can end up focusing on the fact that I was third. If you focus on progress, look, I practiced for that race, I showed up, I stretched properly, I focused, I used my brain power, I gave it my all of that counts as progress. So to our young people out there, I say that's a very important thing for you to remember, so that you give yourself the credit for the things you are doing. And then, like Usha was saying, you keep moving forward, because now that gives you momentum. I did all that. You know what? I'm going to go for this again. But that counts as progress instead of focusing on, oh, it wasn't perfect. I love that.
Absolutely.
And you said you were going to tell us
And to
about a.
that
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
to that point, we've got young people listening. I still remember I used to be really good at school, and then because of all the moving about
Mm-hmm.
with the moving to different countries back and forth, the schooling being interrupted so much, I lost a lot of focus,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and lost a lot of the, it's the friendships and the focus, and there's so much goes on during teenage years, during those developmental and mental years. And I remember when I got to England, just wanting to get all my, school done,
Mm-hmm.
and I failed. I didn't. With some grades, some subject matters I did well, others I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't quit because I was really, I had it in my mind, I must do whatever I can to really catch up and get the grades. And so failure doesn't mean quitting. Failure just means let me try again and give it my best. And that happened. And, I got the grades, and I didn't, I ended up going to the nursing profession, again, I had, because what happens is sometimes we start programming of exams. And so I had this inherent thing that if when I take exams, I'm not going to do well,
Oh,
because I had some failures. Again, I ended up having some failures, but because I really wanted to have a nursing career, I tried again and I tried again. Only just today, my husband and I were talking, saying, "Good job for not quitting because you don't know where your future is going to lead you."
yes.
And so then I passed my nursing and I practiced and enjoyed my nursing career, which has taken me in so many directions. So never giving up. And I think I wanted to share this book.
Yes.
This book is called The Boy, the Mole, Fox, Horse. And this book is a very easy book. It's by Charlie McKay.
Can you say the title
And
one
I'll
more
read.
time for me? Your mic went out a little bit.
It's called The Boy, the Mole, Fox, and the Horse.
Okay, very interesting title. It gets your attention.
It's got a lot of powerful words and powerful sentences.
Okay.
I'd like to just share this one quick thing. It says
Sure.
in here, what is the bravest thing you've ever said? Asked the boy. Help, said the horse. And then asks another question. When have you been at your strongest? The boy. When I have dared to show my weakness.
Hmm.
Asking for help isn't giving up, said the horse. It's refusing to give up.
Nice.
So it's a very easy book. My nephew, who's 10 years old, he has read it 10 times already.
Really,
And
that's
I highly recommend
fantastic. It's
it. It's a book
fantastic.
for young people. It's a book for young entrepreneurs. It's a book for business people. I use it in my coaching. There's a lot of lessons in the book.
And that's probably on Amazon, I would imagine.
It is.
Okay. All right. So
So
I will put the title in the description of the video so that if anybody wants to they can see the name. So that's I love that excerpt. And before you read that, I liked the statement you made. You said failure means let me try again. And I think that is a very powerful way to look at the word and think about the situations that you're in because you're motivating yourself and you're telling yourself, let's not let it end the way it did. Let's do it again and do it better. So I like that.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you have some very interesting opportunities for young people through Keller Williams. Do you want to describe those opportunities and then let us know how parents or teenagers can reach out to take advantage of those?
Absolutely. So I said 30 years ago, or well, almost 33 years ago, I was introduced to personal growth.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been affiliated with Keller Williams for the last 18 years. And through that time, I was introduced to a program called Quantum Leap.
Mm-hmm.
It's the lessons of life success. And Gary Keller, who's the founder of Keller Williams, I literally took all those lessons and I've been learning them and studying them. And in 2015, had the opportunity to become certified as a QL instructor, certified by Gary Keller. And that program now is specifically for young adults. and it's hosted by a nonprofit called kwkc.org.
Mm-hmm.
It's Gary Keller's vision for young adults becoming the leaders of the future, leading their purposeful life and being the leaders for our future. So, Quantum Leap is a phenomenal workshop.
Mm-hmm.
You can find all these workshops on kwkc.org. We have them for high school students, and we have them for young adults, and we have them for anyone who's interested. There is no cost to it. And there is donations if you would like to donate because it is a nonprofit
Mm-hmm.
organization, kwkc.org. We also have a wonderful opportunity coming up. Gary Keller himself teaches this program. Typically, it's in person in Austin. However, since COVID,
Mm-hmm.
last year we hosted a virtual event, and this year it's going to be virtual again. So we have an opportunity for young adults, 18 to 28, to attend this event. There's also an opportunity for scholarship, for 3 months of coaching for business,
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneurship, and then also a $5,000 scholarship for anyone that qualifies towards any of their education or funding their mission.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. And kwkc.org. To attend Gary Keller's event, there is a charge.
Mm-hmm.
However, if anyone has a financial hardship, they would like to be sponsored, will commit to attending the event. My husband and I are sponsoring young adults to attend that event. The event will be on June 10th, 11th, and the 12th.
That is fantastic. And it's wonderful that you and your husband would, first of all, that Keller Williams would offer such support and education to young people, but then also that you all would find it important enough to sponsor some. That is fantastic. So that's two fantastic things coming together. So I hope our parents and our young people are listening. We'll go to that website and check it out. Is there a specific deadline that you need them to be mindful of in order to take advantage?
Absolutely. By next this well, actually it's this coming week
Mm-hmm.
by Friday.
Okay. So
Yes.
today
So
is Monday the 24th. So by Friday. So I will do my best to
yeah,
get um this published tomorrow so that we can get as many people sponsored and attending. And I do think to our young people out there who feel like you have thoughts, you have ideas, but you are too young to pursue them. I think the neat thing about this is what Usha is saying, what Gary Keller is saying is, hey, you're young and you're interested in doing something and you're not quite sure how to do it, but you know what that thing is. Come to us. We will work with you and help you figure out how to do it. That's
absolutely.
that's huge. That's huge. Some people live to be 50 and 60 and sometimes unfortunately never in your life really get a chance to go after your dream. And you have people saying, you know what, whatever that dream is, as long as you're doing something positive, then tell us what that dream is and let us help you do it. I just think that is tremendous. That's very generous.
Elaine, we always feel we're all just passing through, and the more people we can help, others help us. And so it's always a matter of paying it forward
Mm-hmm.
to create a better world. Education definitely is, it's such a difference maker. And mentors, finding mentors and coaches and
Yes.
teachers that can help you keep getting to that next level, because there's always another level that can bring you a lot of joy and fulfillment in your life.
That is really a good way for us to wrap up. And again, I am so glad that I had the opportunity to meet you. I look forward to doing other things. I know a couple of young people who were very excited when they found out about the program, and they are looking forward to attending in June. I think it's a fantastic opportunity. I don't know why anyone would not take advantage of the opportunity. So they really shouldn't have any room left because this is fantastic. Um, I think you have been a fantastic guest and very generous what you are doing for young people. I do want to just pause and just ask: is there anything else before we wrap up? Because you brought some good stuff, Usha.
Oh.
It's okay if we covered it all, but I just want to make sure.
If there is anyone who is interested in real estate and would like to get started with a real estate career, they can certainly check out kpgrocks.com, and they'll find all of us, myself, my partners. My information is there, usha@kw.com, and my phone number is there. Anything, I think you just have to be 18. You can start getting your real estate license, or they can even come and do apprenticeship during the summer for some of the real estate agents
Wow.
to see what real estate is all about, if that's a career that they might want to pursue.
Yes, and to young people who may have not gotten to the point yet where you've had to fill out a resume. What Usha is offering is something that you could put on your resume. So she's saying, even if you're not certain that you want to be a real estate agent, but you want to come to the office or however you're doing it, if it's still virtual, but in other words, work with other people who are already realtors doing the job of helping people buy and sell homes, rent homes, then you can partner with them. And then once you have that experience over summer, you add that to your resume. So that's again, Usha, you brought some good stuff. You can come back
They
anytime.
There's also opportunities for marketing. I mean, there's a lot of real estate agents that may want interns for doing some marketing, because there's a
Yes.
lot of social media marketing. They could then end up having something like that on their resume. So anyway, I believe there's opportunities everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
We just need, when we listen, open our eyes and be open to it. Try it out. See if it works for you.
Yes, yes. You have been a fantastic guest. I cannot thank you enough for all of the wisdom, all of the opportunities that you presented today.
It's been a pleasure, Elaine. And to everyone that's listening, one last thing is just always make sure you believe in your greatness,
Yes.
because we are all born with all the greatness in us. We just get to find that greatness and live our greatness.
Wonderful way to end. Thank you. So, to our listening audience, as always, I value you and I thank you for spending this time with us. I am trusting that you received a lot of benefit from listening to this segment. We look forward to bringing you many more with the Empower Teen Self Esteem podcast. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Empower Teen Self Esteem. Please follow Kids More Sugar on social media. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel to show that you support this content. And you can visit our website at kidsmoresugar.com to learn more about our free online kids program. Thank you.